In life, every time you see anything prosperous, it means there are people who actually took part in its development, and that is why today we are here. This home belongs to Mzee Sylvester Odwori Odera, who is going to tell us the historical development of St. John's Alupe Mixed Secondary School. What are some of the reasons that led to the founding of St. John's Alupe Mixed Secondary School in this area?
The number of students who are in need of joining secondary school was increasing year by year. And the only secondary school nearby to accommodate these students, which was a day school, was St. Joseph Chakol Secondary School. It was also a mix for both girls. And the area of coverage was fairly large. And St. Joseph alone could not accommodate all these students. So it then happened that the chief of the area thought of establishing a secondary school in Alupe. Why? Alupe there was a lot of land. You see, the Alupe Secondary School is within Alupe Complex. Alupe Complex, the history of Alupe was that leprosy initially all over were in missionary hospitals, and mainly in Uganda. That is Buruba, in near Jinja, and then Kumi in Soroti. Those were the main hospitals that were treating lepers by then. And then now these people, as the number was swelling, the hospital administrators by then, colonial hospital administrators by then, were looking for a way how they will involve the governments of East Africa by then. That is Kenya, Uganda and Tanzania. Now, they wanted a central place to build a formal leprosy hospital. Now, they started looking for donors or somebody to support the construction of setting up of a leprosy hospital. It was 1947 when the team came from Soroti, because there was a priest here from Teso who was in Uganda. Now he came with a team of people, Wazungus, up to Amukura. This place was a sub-parish, Chakol. We came to Amukura, to Father Donkin. Then they asked Father Donkin if they can get some land to build a hospital, a leprosy hospital. And the priest accepted. But then he had to think it twice. He told these people we should involve the administrator. By then was the Chief Eunyisat. These people, when they came here, the chief said, no, this hospital should be built right at the tickets of Angorom. And this place was known as Angorom, the location, because of the road, the red soil. So you go to Ikapel. Ikapel was the headman. You go to Ikapel and look at the area around on the border of Kenya and Uganda. Those tickets around the border of Kenya and Uganda. The Zungus came. They went to the headman. The headman said, "Yes, if the chief has accepted, then let's go." And they came here. That was 48. Now 1950, they went back. 47, 48, 49, 1950. Doctor who came here, the Mzungu now, an Englishman. When he came, he was the man who, he demarcated the land for himself. He was the surveyor and everything. He took the land around 800 acres. 800 acres. Now, after taking land, and he started constructing bricks and started building. That was 1950, 51, 52. They opened the hospital.
So the hospital kicked off its operations in 1952.
Hey. By then, there was no hospital, any other hospital here, not even.
And it was a special kind of hospital where special sickness was to be treated, and that is leprosy.
Leprosy alone. And they even had their own church, which was built in 53.
Could that be the reason why Alupe is known to date as a hospital of the skin problems?
Yes, also, yeah. After that, 1960, that was 52. Then 53, the East African Common Services Organization came in. That was the research station now, research section. And then after that, the name was changed to High Commission, East African High Commission. Later in about 60s, the early 60s, and then eventually when it was changed to East African Community, when the community that was when the East African Community was set up. But then when the East African Community was collapsed, now they changed the name to Kimri. That's research for skin diseases and any other malaria and any other diseases. Eventually, after the establishment of the hospital, a primary school specifically for lepers was set up in 1954, and then headed by one of the lepers who was a teacher known as John Angolo from Ugenya, and it used to perform very well in the entire district by then. Now, over the years, the school was moved to somewhere else when the hospital was expanded, and after that was 74. They set a primary school aside from the hospital, and then it was allocated around 15 acres. And then when the need came for the children, for the establishment of another secondary school in the area, we were given an additional of another 15 acres to set up a secondary school. That was 206, but then the secondary school opened its doors in 207. I was appointed to be the interim chairman for the secondary school. That was from the start of the secondary school, the start of the construction. That was 206 up to when it was opened until 208, when the government policy was changed, that is, the chairman of secondary school should be graduates. Then I relinquished the seat. I remained to be a board member up to today.
That's a very important historical background of the school that we have just got from you, Brother Odwori. But now, why is the school called Alupe? What is this Alupe? Does it have a very crucial meaning in the Teso language, or it's just a name that came because names are there?
We used to have a clay soil. The clay soil which is used for pottery is known as Alupe in Ateso, in Kiteso. Alupe. Now, when these Wazungus established the hospital, they were looking for a name. How the school, the hospital should be known as what? They gave it three different names. Alupe, because of that, the soil. And then later on, they changed it to some, there was another name known as Busia, yani a river. And then later on, they changed it to Iteso Leprosarium Hospital. That was now the hospital. But then the other areas, the hospital, the market, the schools remain the name. Alupe had already dominated the area. So it's just known as Alupe Secondary School, Alupe Primary School, Alupe Hospital, up to now.
And now, that's the brief history about how St. John's Alupe Mixed Secondary School was founded, started, and its growth till to date. And as it is obvious, for security reasons, getting into this compound is a process. Let's see what the soldier has for us today.
Mimi naitwa Daniel Emojong. Mimi ni security hapa St. John's Alupe, na wakati ambapo wageni wanaingia hapa, jambo la kwanza huwa tunawasajili hao kwa kitabu ya wageni. Alafu pia wale ambao wako na magari labda tunakuwa na search gari. Baada ya kusearch gari, alafu tunalao hao waende huko penye wanahitajika. So kazi yetu hapa ni kuhakikisha ya kwamba tunaweka usalama kwa walimu wetu na wanafunzi wetu ili tupate mazingira nzuri ya kusomea. So najivunia kufanya kazi yangu sababu imenifanya nisonge hatua katika maisha yangu.
Every guest has to follow all the guidelines to ensure that safety is guaranteed. And owing to that, Form 1 admission process is in progress. Let's get in and have a look.
I'm Barasa Yunis, a teacher, St. John's Alupe. So today we are carrying on admission of Form 1s. And so far we have admitted some of the students, and I'm in charge of the admission. That is giving out the admission number and capturing some of the important informations, like from the birth certificate and maybe the contacts of the parents. So today we have managed to admit a number of 29 students. Generally, I can say that the challenge we are facing, or the problem we have experienced so far, is the low turnout of the number of the students in Form 1.
My name is Mr. Makoha Emmanuel. In the process of admission, I deal with the student ID card, and these ID cards are very important to our learners who are helping us in this school. For example, the ID will be used in sports, mostly when the students are participating in various sports. For example, if they are required to, according to the age, that is under 19 and under 20 in soccer and athletics, the school ID will be very important. So the challenge that I'm facing as pertaining the school ID, there's low turnout from the students, and there's a challenge of combining the list for the students for us to get these ID cards. So we use a lot of time to produce the ID cards.
I'm Bwana Frederick, one of the officers in charge of academic requirement verification desk.
And I'm Janlinda Oden.
So on the requirement desk, we are verifying these academic requirements such as a scientific calculator, dictionary, revised standard Bible. We also request parents at least to be having one ream of a photocopying paper, then 2 spring files, Oxford set. Actually, this being day 1, for the parents that we have received, we realized that almost 50% have not attained the maximum requirements from our desk, and I realized that this might have been caused by the normal constraints that we know that our parents are undergoing as per now. Some of them are also trying at least to take their children to junior secondary. So a bit we realize that they are straining. However, we are also trying to understand because we can't fix them. Only what we are trying to do, we are requesting them if they can at least purchase those some of those requirements while these students are still proceeding with their learning.
Okay, about the 100% transition policy, I think it's a good idea, but now the problem is that some students now have not taken their work seriously, and because they're just sure that after all they'll move on to the next class, so it has brought out some form of laxity in our students.
Okay, I'm Bernard Nyongesa, a teacher at St. John's Alupe Secondary School, teaching geography and business studies. Today I'm privileged to be among the officers in admission process under the desk of NEMIS and UPI. May I just bring to our attention about the meaning of the two, as we are all aware that the government wanted to harmonize all the data about the learners in the country, and that's why they came up with the NEMIS, and through NEMIS, students are given a unique personal identification, which we refer to it as UPI. The UPI number is meant for two major purposes. That is a capitation for the school, and then these students are also covered by NHIF by the same use of a UPI. The UPI number can only be generated to a student who meets the requirements of the number, and among the requirements is that a student ought to have a birth certificate copy, a result slip for the year of KCPE, and then the parent also has to be there to provide the basic details of him or her. Basically, we just pick the ID number of the parent, the name, and then the phone number. That is to help track, so that in case this student is sick and is admitted in a hospital, the number can be used by the NHIF to meet other requirements. So basically, this number is most important, and I think it is one of the very best things that the government tried to come up with to ensure that we achieve the 100% transition. Because like today, we have what it's called tangerine. As we know, our PS in charge of education came up with a certain app that we can work offline just to specifically report about the admission of students, and then thereafter we'll now admit them into system.
Now, for the new learners that have just been admitted in this school today, this is going to be their admission block. Let's get in and interact with some of them so that we are able to know the expectations they have and the dreams they have as far as academics is concerned.
Good afternoon, class. Good afternoon, teacher. I'm happy to see you today. This is your first day at St. John's. Welcome. And feel free when you are here. This will be Form 1 weight, and my name is Madam Flora Angela. All of us here have dreams, isn't it? Yes. Young girl, what would you like to be?
My name is Ruth Adongo. I want to be a journalist.
Why do you want to be a journalist?
Because like Lulu Hassan.
Young boy, what is your name and what do you want to be tomorrow after school?
My name is Silas Luka Ujam.
What would you want to be?
I want to be a doctor.
You want to become a doctor. Why do you want to become a doctor?
Because in our current country, more people are experiencing healthy problems. That's why I want, if my God help me succeed in my studies, I be a doctor so that I can help them.
We've been able to hear what two of our Form 1 want to become. But all of us here have dreams, isn't it? Yes. And we want to achieve those dreams by the end of our studies here so that we can progress to the next level. So all our dreams are valid. So what are we supposed to do? Start working hard as early as now. Now that you've stepped here, this is your best school. This is the school that will enable you achieve those dreams. I'm wishing you all the best when you'll be here, when you'll be out there. We'll be here to guide you here and there.
Kwa majina ninaitwa Sentry Nanjala. Kwa siku ya leo nimekuja kwa hii shule, nimefurahia kuingiza mtoto wangu hapa kwa hii shule. Jina la mtoto wangu ni Samuel Omkaga na imenifurahia sana, na ninaomba hata mtoto wangu jinsi anavyoingia katika hii shule afanye bidii na hata nafurahia pia apate matokeo mazuri.
When it comes to counting, there is always number one and number last, depending on the total number of people available in the crowd. Today, I am privileged to meet admission number 001. Actually, that is the first person that was admitted in this school at its onset.
Okay, najulikana kama Kevin Wabwire. Mimi ndio mwanafunzi wa kwanza kabisa kujiunga katika shule hii, na hiyo ilikuwa mnamo tarehe 12 mwezi wa pili mwaka wa 2007. Wakati niliingia hapa, ukweli ni kwamba mazingira hapa shuleni haikuwa yanafurahisha, haswa kwa ule mwanafunzi ambaye ana wazo nzuri kuhusu maisha ya mbeleni, na yalikuwa ya kuvunja moyo, lakini nilijikakamua kadri ya uwezo wangu, nikasema lazima niweze kujimudu na kuzingatia kama wanafunzi wengine ambao wameenda katika shule zile kubwa kubwa, ili maisha ya mbeleni yawe maisha mazuri.
Asante sana ndugu Kevin. Labda kiufupi, baada ya kusajiliwa mwanafunzi wa kwanza katika shule hii, wenzako wote ambao walisajiliwa nyuma yako iliwawezesha kuwa na idadi ya wanafunzi wangapi katika kidato cha kwanza?
Idadi ambayo tulikuwa nayo wakati huo tulikuwa wanafunzi 27, na katika wanafunzi 27 hatukujikuta wote siku moja. Walikuwa wanakuja siku baada ya nyingine. Baada ya mwezi kama mmoja hivi ndio sasa hiyo namba ya wanafunzi 27 ikajaa.
Alafu baadaye nyote mulienda kwa pamoja safari mkaifikisha kidato cha 4, ama wengine walilazimika kukatiza safari njiani?
Ukweli ni kwamba safari tulianza kama wanafunzi 27, lakini katika hali tuliyokuwa nayo ya kimazingira na hali ngumu ya kusoma hapa shuleni, wengine walilazimika kwenda katika shule zingine, wengine walilazimika kuachia njiani, na wakati tulipofika katika kidato cha 4 tulijikuta wanafunzi 19.
19, ishara kwamba wanafunzi 8 walitoweka
na wakaenda. Kunao wale ambao walijiunga na shule zingine, na kuna wale wengine ambao safari ya masomo ama ndoto ya masomo ilikatikia wakati huu,
ikabidi wamewachana na masomo. Sawa sawa. Labda kiufupi, mlipokuwa mnafanya mtihani wenu wa mwisho wa kitaifa, mtihani wa KCSE, wangapi walifaulu kwenda na kujiunga na chuo?
Kwa wanafunzi 19 tulifanya mtihani, lakini kukaibuka na mwanafunzi mmoja aliyepata alama ya cha, na huyo mwanafunzi akabahatika kwenda katika chuo cha tuseme college kwa Kiswahili, taasisi ya ufundi au TVET wakati huo. Na wale tuliosalia tukaanza, kwa mfano mtu kama mimi nikajiunga katika vyuo vya anuai, nikafanya zile kosi kidogo kidogo zile za mikono,
kwa sababu za mikono,
kitu kama plumbing, jua kali na vitu kama hizo.
Leo hii tunapozungumza, labda sijui kama unaweza kuwa na taswira ya kutueleza jinsi ambavyo wenzako ambao mlifanya na wao mtihani wamefaulu ama wamefeli maishani. Maanake umesema kuna mwanafunzi mmoja alibahatika kwenda kujiunga na chuo, wengine 18. Je, mna uwezo wa kukutana labda kupitia mtandao ama kupitia njia za moja kwa moja ili mpate kujua munaendelea vipi?
Ukweli ni kwamba kwa wakati huu wanafunzi wenzangu tuliokuwa nao wakati huo huwa tunakutana katika njia ya mtandao, na hata wakati fulani huwa tunakutana ana kwa ana. Na ukweli ni kwamba kuna wengi ambao wamekuwa successful katika maisha, na wao saa hizi utapata wengine ni wanafanya katika taasisi za ufundi, kwa mfano kama wanaosaidia wanafunzi wenye wako pale. Wengine ni wanajihusisha na mambo ya biashara. Wengine kwa mfano kama mimi hapa nimeajiriwa na shule kama mlinzi. Sasa naamini ya kwamba hatukukuwa katika mikono mibaya. Sote angalau tumefaulu katika maisha.
Nashukuru sana kwa kuwa sasa hivi ulisomea shule hii na pia umepata nafasi ya kuchuma riziki yako ya kila siku kutoka shule hii. Labda una mashauri gani kwa wanafunzi wanaojiunga na shule hii sasa hivi ambapo ninaona kweli ujenzi umenoga, madarasa yapo, ajira zinapatikana, walimu wako? Una ushauri gani kwa wanafunzi ambao wanatamani kujiunga na shule hii ama wale ambao labda pia hawana ari ya kutaka kujiunga na shule hii na jamii kwa jumla?
Asante sana. Kwanza kabisa ningependa kuwarai wanafunzi ambao wako nje katika pengine madarasa la 8 kule nje ambao wanajitayarisha kufanya mtihani sasa hivi. Ni vema waje wajiunge katika shule hii. Hii shule hii imetoka mbali ukilinganisha na wakati ambao nilianza hii shule. Shule hii haikuwa na mazingira ya kufana, haswa madarasa, vitabu. Ukiangalia tulikuwa na kitabu kimoja ambacho kilikuwa kinajaribu kuzungushwa
baina ya kila mwanafunzi.
Ndio hiyo. Alafu pia mwalimu alikuwa na hicho chake cha kumuelekeza. So utapata kwamba wakati wa kufanya pengine ile kazi ambayo umeachiwa na mwalimu inakuwa ni vigumu. Lakini kwa wakati huu shule hii ina vitabu ambacho kinawezesha kila mwanafunzi kukuwa na chake. Na hata akipewa kazi na mwalimu afanyie nyumbani ama kazi ya ziada, yeye hufanya kwa wakati unaostahili na wakati na kumaliza kwa wakati unaostahili. Kwa hivyo ni ari yangu kuwasihi wazazi wote ambao wako nje kule ambao wanafunzi ambao wanatakiwa kujiunga na kidato cha kwanza mwakani. Ni vema walete watoto wao hapa kwa sababu hapa sasa elimu imepanda juu. Si ukikompea na ile wakati wetu, sasa hizi elimu imepanda juu kwamba wanafunzi sasa hizi wanafanya vema katika mitihani zao. Na hii inatokana na idadi ya walimu ambao sasa hizi serikali imetuletea na pia na wale walimu ambao wamemaliza masomo yao na wamekuja kusaidia wanafunzi.
Wale ambao wanakuja chini ya bodi andalizi.
Ndio hiyo, wanakuja halmashauri ya shule ambao wameandikwa na hiyo board. Wako wengi na wanafunzi ambao wako katika mikono salama na wanaweza jibiwa kwa maswali yale yote ambao wanatakiwa walimu wawajibu. Kwa hivyo ninawaomba wazazi na community nzima ya hapa Angoromo, kwa mfano Angoromo ward na hata county mzima, walete wanafunzi wao katika shule ya upili ya Mtakatifu Yohani, kwa sababu hapa ni mahali pazuri na ni mahali ambako akileta mzazi yote akileta mwanafunzi wake ataweza kuenda chuo kikuu. Kwa sababu miaka zilizopita pale kumekuwa na ugumu kidogo, lakini miaka 4 iliyopita angalau kuna wanafunzi ambao wameenda chuo kikuu. Kwa hivyo kwa wakati huu tunaweza sabua karibu wanafunzi 10 wameenda katika chuo kikuu na wamepitia katika mikono ya walimu ambao wako katika shule hii.
Labda ujumbe wako wa mwisho kwa mwanafunzi ambaye yuko hapa na hawezi faulu, ameshindwa kufaulu kwenye mtihani, una ujumbe wake upi kwake?
Ningependa kushauri mwanafunzi yule yoyote kwamba elimu ya shule ya upili isiwe ni kikwazo cha kukata tamaa katika maisha. Mimi ninavyoongea hivi sasa, mimi sikufaulu katika mtihani wangu wa kidato cha 4, nilipata alama ya D. Lakini tunavyozungumza saa hizi hivi, mimi ni dereva, mimi nimefanya masuala ya kompyuta na mimi saa hizi ninasomea masuala ya ufundi haswa plumbing kwa kimombo. Kwa hivyo mwanafunzi yeyote ambaye atabahatika kupata alama ile yoyote, bado kuna milango ambayo imefunguka pale nje na ataweza faulu ikiwa tu atazingatia na kukubali jinsi alivyo na kuenenda katika hali ile nyingine ya kuweza kufaulu.
As our brother Kevin now puts it, failing in the national examination, that is KCSE, is not a license to failure in your overall life. What matters is how do you utilize the grade that you score in your final examination in the high school education system of Kenya. As we all know, talent pays, and apart from just academics, St. John's Alupe Mixed Secondary School also offers platforms for talents to be shown, and that's why we are meeting Protas Okumu, who has a song about the school.
Kama shule zingine, principal wengine, nasi Mungu katupa pa kusoma kando yako, na furaha na amani, elimu ya dhati nayo tupa tujawaiona, ni daily basic masomo bora, nidhamu njema, vyakula vyema, ni daily basic masomo bora, nidhamu njema, vyakula bora. Hata walimu pia wana afya bora, afya bora, afya bora. Hata walimu pia wana afya bora, afya bora, afya bora. Wewe principal, nalewa wewe, yambo ni zawadi toka kwa Mola, lijitoa kwa ajili yetu sisi wasomi. Nalewa wewe, yambo ni zawadi toka kwa Mola, lijitoa kwa ajili yetu sisi wasomi. Hakika Mungu akubariki ewe yambo, hakika Mungu akubariki ewe yambo, ni daily basic masomo bora, nidhamu bora, vyakula vyema, ni daily basic masomo bora, nidhamu njema, vyakula bora. Hata walimu pia wana afya bora, afya bora, afya bora. Hata walimu pia wana afya bora, afya bora, afya bora. Wewe yambo, wewe yambo. It's just power.
In line with the tough economic lifestyle that Kenyans are undergoing through at present, such students who have talents should be taken care of.
Okay, my role model is Otile Brown, and I love him because of his songs, the way they are flowing, and also as I talk now, I will ask somebody to come, if anyone can come and assist me, so that I can produce also my songs, and I would like to be like him in future.
As a way of maintaining interest and to increase concentration span of students, when it comes to lunchtime, here is where they come.
Mimi kwa majina naitwa Robert Odaro. Mimi ni mpishi wa St. John Secondary. Hii kazi yetu tunaipenda, tunaifurahia zaidi, inatupa riziki ya kila wakati, inatufurahisha mpaka aswana familia yangu. Ninaipenda kabisa, ninaipenda. Hata kwa wakati ambao tunaamuka, ninaifurahia kabisa kabisa kabisa. Siwezi nikajuta ati kazi yangu ni mbaya, na hiyo ndio kazi ambayo inanilisha, ambayo inasomesha watoto. Kazi yetu tunaipenda. Kwanza changamoto yenye tunakumbana nayo saa zingine, wakati wa kuamukia korogea watoto ujia usiku, unapoamuka saa 9 unaanza kumbana mvua imeanza, hautarudia kwa malaza kwa sababu mvua imenyesha, hautaeleza ofisi ati mvua imenyesha. Ni lazima uingie kwa maji, uivishe chakula kwa wakati ufaao bila kuwa na tatizo lolote. Changamoto cha pili, kwa upande wa kuhusu kuni, inakuwa wakati mwingine kunakuwa na changamoto wa kupasua kuni, wakati mwingine tunakuwa na uzuri tunakatiwa, kwa wakati mwingine zile kidogo kidogo. But kwa kazi yote haikozi changamoto, but kwa hiyo yote tunaivumilia, tupate riziki ya kila siku. Kwa upande wa wanafunzi kwa survey, baadhi za changamoto ambazo tunakumbana nazo ikiwa ni wakati wa pengine wa milikadizi, utajikuta wengine wako nayo, wengine hawana. Lazima hawezi kukosa yule ambao anaza sumbua, lakini sio ile mavurugani yenye namuelekeza pengine ati mnaanza kukusiana au unazaelekeza kuchapa mtoto, hapana. Ama wanasumbuana, sio ile kiwango ya kuelekezana ati wanapigana kung'ang'ania, hapana. Huwa tunasabu kuanzia saa 7:15 tunaenda mpaka saa 7:45 tunakuwa tumemaliza kusabu. Watakuwa na rejea class. Inapatikana ya kwamba hatujaelewesha lesson ya saa 8. Kila kitu tumefanya kwa wakati ufaao. Nashauri wazazi wale walio na watoto wao wanasoma mtihani wa darasa la 8, tunawashauri watuletee kwa shule yetu ya St. John Alupe Secondary. Ni shule nzuri, management ni mzuri, kila kitu ni mzuri. Tunafurahia wakituletea tuwe na idadi mzuri ya wanafunzi kwa shule yetu. Hata tujivunie tuwe na idadi ya zaidi ya 1,000 na tutakapokuwa na idadi ya wanafunzi 1,000, hiyo ni ishara tosha ya kuonyeshana shule yetu ya St. John Secondary ni shule iko na management mzuri.
Yes, my name is Stanley William. I'm Form 4 student and we really like the diet of St. John of like today Friday we have been served rice and beans and we appreciate for it. We really like the service which we got from the kitchen and we are happy about it. In circumstance where a student doesn't have a meal card, he or she will not be served until you represent there your meal card and it's your name, then we shall be served.
Now, in the smooth process of operation, this school has various departments that assist each other to enable everything go successful.
Isaac Angulo, Head of Department and Technical Department at St. John's Alupe Mixed Secondary School. The Technical Department has got two main subjects, that is business and agriculture. The department has got a total of 5 teachers, 2 teachers employed by TSC and PNP, and then we have 3 teachers on BON times. The activities that we do in our department, one, most importantly, is the, teaching and learning taking place, and then 2, we also have some activities that engage in like doing a little bit of farming within the school, which supplements the learners' learning process. We also do projects in agriculture, that is at the end of the 4-year course for the students, where they engage in the practical activity that is meant to help them apply whatever they have learned in class in their real life. As a department, we have a few challenges that we face that in a way hinder the learning process. One, we face the challenge of inadequate staffing within the department. Like I said earlier on, we have 5 teachers, and out of the 5, only 2 are employed by TSC. So we look at the ratio of teachers to learners, it is not a manageable one. And then the second challenge is the truancy levels of our learners. You know, most of our learners are truant, they tend to be absent from school some of them I can say maybe because of school fees payment, and therefore you get that carrying out the various activities that we plan for in our department becomes so difficult for us. To help us maybe overcome these challenges, just as I have said, because TAC has given the department 2 teachers, the school, the department through the administration has teachers employed on BOM terms, maybe to help work on the ratio of teachers to the students. And then 2, to curb the truancy levels, we together with the administration talk to the parents, encourage them to pay their school fees on time to ensure that learners are in school to help us carry out our daily activities. And then the other thing is that we also, in partnership with the guidance and counseling department, get to talk with students individually so that we get to know what is the exact problem that is making them absent from school, so that we can make a follow-up and ensure that they are always present in school and ensure that we are carrying out our activities appropriately.
Okay. My name is David Odiambo Kiri, Head of Science Department, Head of Math Department and Sciences. The subject that I found within this department, chemistry, biology, physics, and mathematics. The model of how we work in science department is all about the team teaching and cooperation among our teachers. We have so young and vibrant teachers who help us in this part in terms of evaluation and teaching. We've incorporated our IT in teaching our biology subjects and chemistry, whereby we use the video, the audio visual. Now this department, the result that we had last year, as compared to the previous years, that is 2022, was a negative deviation. Average we had a 2.6. Though that was not our expectation, the mean grade that we had set was a 3.5. This was contributed to so many challenges, being that this was the first time we are having the 100% transition student doing the exam. So we had so many students compared to the student-teacher ratio which is required by the ministry. These challenges, we've decided that this time round we are going to find a way to curb them so that we can have a positive deviation, being that we're not having that large number of students as the ratio of student to teachers. Now we've decided that we get the best students and then we start nurturing them as early as this term 1 before they start for their exam, that is in December. Now our expectation is that our expectation in terms of mean grade, we achieve our mean grade target of 3.5 as a science department. Another solution that we've decided that we're going to do is that we're going to introduce inter-contests among our students, whereby we bring competition within the streams. Also, group work, whereby we are going to make them based on the ability of students. We've realized that when we make group work, generally, it draws the best students. So we're going to make them based on the best students, so that we can have the quality grade, what we've been lacking throughout the years in the science department.
So with me is Madam Clara Nyongesa, the Head of Guidance and Counseling, St. John's Alupe Mixed Secondary School. Welcome, Madam. Kindly tell us what you do in your office, some of the possible challenges you undergo, the strengths you have, and the possible solution to the challenges, if any.
Okay, thank you. I'm Clara Wambani Nyongesa in St. John's Alupe Mixed Secondary School. I teach geography business, but I'm in charge of HOD, guiding and counseling. What we do in guiding and counseling is we do career talks, moral talks, gender-based talks, and spiritual talks. The strengths that we have as a department is we have full support from the administration, that is the principal, and full support from the other departments as well as the teachers. And also we have gone to an extent to group the students into peer counselors. They also do well. And the community, those are the parents, we also have the support from them. Okay, the challenges or the weaknesses that we experience are girls students, we have less sanitary towels, so distributing to them is a challenge, and most of them, they are absent in school because they lack sanitary towels. But the administration do support us, but it is low. So that is the weakness that we have, and most of our students are always absent, and we have a challenge of drug abuse among some of our boys, and mostly they affect them, and that is we are having a transit in school.
What are some of the possible solutions to the challenges you've mentioned?
Most of the parents are not parenting their kids or their children well. So we are having the misguiding of the behaviors into drugs and the others because of the lack of support from the parents. But if we have the support, full support of the parents to provide care, to provide the basic facilities for our learners, then I think that is a correct solution for the challenges in guiding and counseling. My prayer is in some 5 years to come, guiding and counseling as a department in Chakol zone will be ahead. I advise the parents to bring more students at St. John's, because the department, guiding and counseling department, is very active, and through it we have mentored, we have been role models for many alumni that who have gone out, and where they are, they talk of St. John's as the guiding and counseling department has helped them in moral way and also in academics way.
The human brain is for memories, but the books are used for future reference when it comes to academics. St. John's Alupe Mixed Secondary School has a library. Now, could you kindly tell us what happens in your library?
Thank you for the question. For the library, we've got books for the learners. Those are the course books, and we do issue them with the course books as the term begins, so that they're able to use it in class. And we also do renewal of books. Those are the exercise books, as well as set books. We also give it to them so that they're able to use it in their classwork.
On what frequency do you allow students to pick books from the library?
Okay, for the course books as well as set books, most probably it's usually at the beginning of the term, but at times when maybe the syllabus is done, they can return them and pick the new set of books.
What happens when a student loses a book?
We have records as they pick the books. So as they return, we always check. So if a learner has returned a book that we didn't give them, or maybe lost the book, we request them to buy as a new book so that we are able to replace, so that it is also able to help those other learners as they come up.
Does your library only serve students, or it also serves teachers and the community?
Yeah, it does serve teachers, because they also need the course books as well as some guides and revision books. And we also extend our hand to our brothers down here, that is Alupe University. At times they would need these course books for assignments, for revision, so they do come, we pick their details, give them the books, and then agree on when to return the books.
So if the books get lost in their hands, they also pay?
Yes, they do pay, because we have their details and we do follow up with them.
Okay, brief us some of the strengths that you have in your library.
I'd say we boast of being able to serve our learners because the government gives us enough books for them, and even if the books are not enough, we at least ensure that a learner would have an access to books. So the books are helpful to the learners, as well as the revision books, as well as magazines. They'll be able to at least peruse through 1, 2, 3 things, improve on their languages. And we also are able to give them exercise books so that as a book gets filled up, teacher is able to sign for that book, and then thereafter we check on the book. If it sails through, we are able to give them the new exercise book, so they don't really struggle much.
In some schools, they count pages of exercise books before they exchange. Yes. Tell us about Alupe.
Yes, we do confirm on the same. First of all, we must check if it's signed, and it must be a bona fide signature of the teacher. And then we also check on the pages to ensure that all pages are filled up, so that we don't give a learner a book that is not filled up. So once it's not filled up, they are supposed to ensure that it's filled up, because we cannot give it to them, or at times we urge them to buy a new one because they've not followed the rules, so that at least we have a guide to ensure that they're able to get books and follow the right protocol.
The extreme challenges you undergo?
I'd say we've got a challenge with the space, because I'd say we are having a makeshift library. So at times even conducting a library lesson becomes a problem as such. Storing the same books also becomes a challenge, because when the learners return all the books that is in their possession, then it really becomes hard for us to store them, because all the shelves are usually occupied. So that is the main challenge that we are having, because as at now we are sharing a space with the laboratory. So at times when they're having their, what do you call that? At times when they're having their practicals, it becomes a bit of a problem. Learners want to come exchange books. The practical is on, so it becomes a challenge a bit. So that is the major problem that we're having. And I'm hopeful that with time, we'll be able to overcome that.
Possible solution?
Okay, the possible solution to the problem that we have as at now, which is majorly the space, maybe is being able to get an office or a library that would enable learners at least have that experience of coming in, having library lessons, or sitting and revising on their own quietly. If you're able to get that space, I think that would be very ideal.
Okay, I'm Akamran Linda, a student at St. John's Alupe. I am in Form 4. Coming to library, I've really benefited a lot, especially in my favorite subjects, like in CRE. I always come here, I take a revision book, I just peruse at it, at least it makes me gain something. And even in biology, there are some books here, mostly in practical. And there are some things like in Form 4, a topic on evolution. I didn't saw a skeleton, but I come here in the library, I just see a skeleton at least. It makes me to become fit. Okay, in my career of becoming a teacher, the library has really helped me, mostly in Kiswahili. I always come here in the library, I pick a set book, I go through it, I read, and I capture something. And during examination, it really boosts my grade in Kiswahili.
Still on departmental heads, English is one of the very key subjects in a school setup because, number one, it is used to set or examine itself as a subject, and at the same time, all other subjects apart from Kiswahili, that is in Kenya, are examined using the same language. I'm privileged to meet the head of language department.
I'm Madam Sharon Maliachi, head of language. And language here incorporates English and Kiswahili. As a head of department, we ensure that as teachers, we organize our documents so as to better our results, and the documents, we follow them to the latter. For the Form 4s, we don't really follow the schemes, the normal schemes. We have what we call exam-oriented kind of teaching so that we better our results. We notice that most of the students in Form 4, the moment we follow the syllabus, the way it has been organized, most of them, we end up failing. So this year, we decided to come up with something different. And as for the students, I can say we have a little challenge because of the entry behavior. But we also have a few of them who do us better. We've taken quite a number of them to the university, and we can say that we are contented, we are proud, but we are trying our best at least to have more. The other year we took 6 of them with good grades in English and Kiswahili, and that was the previous year. Last year we had 3. That was a drop, but it was affected with the pandemic that we just had recently. And then we can say the entry behavior is really affecting us, but we are working on it. And then over the years, I've been here since 2017, as I said earlier, the entry behavior is quite low, but we've been working on it so that come next year, we will be better. We usually have evening programs that is remedial. During the remedials, most of the time, we utilize it in revisions, and we are working on our entry behavior. Yeah, and then we give them compositions at least twice a week. We mark them and revise them to better their English, both their spoken and written. That is where the problem starts from. Here in school, we speak in English from Monday to Wednesday. Then we have Thursday, Friday, and Saturday for Kiswahili. And for the language breakers, we make sure that every evening they are punished. Our punishments are through maybe mopping the classes because caning was banned in schools, so we have maybe cleaning the classes. We also introduce the discs, but sometimes the students are cunning, they hide the discs, we make new ones. So we have the discs, plus we punish them every evening, slashing the compound, mopping the classes, such kind of things. Yeah, the worst experience as a teacher. Sometimes you can prepare, especially the candidates, you can prepare them for the exams, and then, you are ready for the results, and then the outcome happens to be the worst. I think as a teacher, that is the worst experience. You feel so bad because you did your best, but then the outcome disappoints you.
My name is Mr. Lois Muleka. I'm the HOD Humanity in St. John's Alupe Secondary School, and my role is to coordinate my fellow colleagues for the well-being of learning when it comes to humanities that involves history, theory, and geography, and sometimes also overseeing whatever they are doing when it comes to the teaching of those particular subjects. Our strength in this department is that this is the department that leads in most of the subjects when it comes to geography and history. The performance of learners is always very good in this particular subject. Our strength is that we love working as a teamwork. We have proper coordination among us, and we are focused in whatever we do, and we love correcting one another. And the only challenge that we have had in the previous class, in the 2021 class, it was absenteeism from learners, and some challenges of being understaffed. But so far, so good. We are trying to ensure that we are working and properly ensuring that we achieve our best as a department. Last year's results we had, in geography, we had a mean of 5. History had a mean of 4.9, and CRE had a mean of 3.9. And this year we also have we have a plan so that in geography we shall have a mean of 6, and in history a mean of 5.5, and in CRE a mean of 4.3. So we are working hard to ensure that we achieve those grades coming this 2023 performance. Otherwise, we are a focused team, and we are encouraging parents to bring your students in this particular school. We shall train them spiritually, we shall train them morally, physically, and in all aspects concerning the life. Our work is to nurture students holistically, and we are really encouraging you parents to come in this particular school.
For matters of spiritual development, St. John's Alupe Mixed Secondary School is sponsored under Catholic denomination, and they normally conduct a mass on a Wednesday every month.
My name is John Joel Hahinga, student of St. John's Alupe, Form 3. I'm a chairperson of YCS leader, whereby we conduct Mass on Wednesday once per month. The importance of Mass is that it helps students to acquire good moral and to be neighbor's keeper. The challenge that we have in having Mass there is that some students they don't cooperate, and we have some challenges that we don't have our own requirements for Mass. And also, the YCS is under control of Patron Mr. Justus Ouma and Mr. Edward Kisuya. Thank you.
Kwa majina ni Ruth Sibia, mwanafunzi wa kidato cha pili kutoka shule ya upili ya Mtakatifu Yohane Alupe. Mimi kwa njia ambayo kanisa Katoliki imeweza kunisaidia katika shule hii, imeweza kunijenga na pia kunisaidia kujifunza mambo mengine ya ulimwengu huu. Kama vile, Wanakatoliki wameweza kunisaidia kujua sala na maombi zao ambazo huwa wanafanya kila mwaka na kila kipindi, ambapo kama sasa hivi tupo katika Lent, inaweza kunisaidia kujifunza kuwa kuna muda wa kufunga wakati mwingine wa Ijumaa na Jumatano ili usile nyama siku hiyo. Na pia wameweza kunijenga kimaisha, kama vile wameweza kunielekeza kwa maisha yangu jinsi ya kumwomba Mwenyezi Mungu na kujua ni namna gani unaweza kuendelea na kumwomba Mungu katika ulimwengu huu. Ni hayo tu.
In order to make things work in the right way, and that is administratively, student fraternity has their leadership system. That is why we are meeting the following boys and girls.
I'm David Ambuka from St. John's Alupe Secondary School. I'm a prefect from 4B. On behalf of other prefects, I hereby like to present the challenges that we face as prefects. So you may find yourself that you are in a disagreement with maybe teachers or your fellow students, and on the disagreement may lead to you even declining or undermining your performance in class. And we as prefects, we've come up with the solutions that can help us at least improve on our academics. We as students will come up with a solution so that we can at least bring up our performance. So one of them is that we should ensure that our cooperation with the teachers is at least promoted, so that we do not find ourselves brushing shoulders with our teachers. And we as prefects, we ensure that even if a teacher is not in class or he or she has not yet arrived, we ensure that the learning process continues by ensuring that you call him or her to come in class, or if he or she is not around, you ensure that at least you find something constructive to do. That is all. Thank you.
I am Emmanuel Longaria, the timekeeper of St. John's Alupe. As a timekeeper, I have some advantages that when I be a timekeeper, first I have applied to make sure that me and even the school program runs smoothly. As a timekeeper, I have learned how to manage my time, and one challenge that I face is that when the electricity power has gone, I have to use any means to make sure that school program runs smoothly. Power blackout affect my management to this class, because when you are reading or the learning process taking place, you think that the electricity is there to ring the bell, but when you delay to ring it or using other means to ring the bell, you can find that the teacher who will want to take his subject, he will come and ask you if you have a watch or if you have managed to look for electricity when it is off or on. Thank you.
Okay, I'm Caesar Ndege, a student at St. John's Alupe Secondary School, a Form 4 Blue. Actually, I'm the Scouts leader and compound prefect. As a Scout leader, I can help the school in raising the flag on Mondays and Fridays, and also when there are some functions in school. We always, as Scouts, help to organize on where the function should be taken. And on part of compound prefect, I always help in cleaning the compound. As a Scout, you should love nature, and in that content, being the compound prefect, we have planted flowers which have helped to make our compound look beauty, and also we have planted some fruits in the school.
I'm Eseme Felida Ateleja, Deputy Head Prefect concerned with academics. I'm informed too from St. John's Alupe Secondary School. In the Department of Academics, I do help teachers in collecting the lesson attendance registers and making sure that the teachers attends the class. When coming to the students, I do make sure that all the students are present in schools, and those who absent themselves from school, to give them some punishment. Being a leader of academics has given me courage to speak over people and to have confidence of being a leader. Maybe in future I would like also to be a leader, and how I pray God to give me strength so that I can achieve my dreams. My worst experience is that most of these students are not obedient. They do disappoint me in most of the times. When I tell them to do maybe some work in class, they don't want to do. When I organize some clubs for them so that they can revise, they don't want, and they do their own things. That made me to feel so ugly and be unpleased with them. In that respect, I organized with teacher Angulo Isaac to make them understand on how leadership is handled and being conducted.
I'm Kenneth Omabe from St. John's Alupe Secondary School. I'm in Form 3 and I'm the school head prefect. I was elected in 2023 to serve my school, and for that I will serve up to 2024. The challenges that we do face as the prefect majorly is the incorporation from other students. Like the worst experience I once met is that one day I met a student who was not in full school uniform. When I tried to communicate to him on the importance of having the full school uniform, he was almost fighting with me. That really hurt me, and I also thank that I communicated with the deputy, who now helped me to communicate to this student and advise him on how to handle leadership. Okay, in case of some outings, if we get chances to go to some outings like sports, to some extent I'm forced to carry my leadership there, because some students, when they reach there, they usually misbehave if there is no one to control them. Despite of being the prefect, I also not forget my work. What brought me to school is to study. This leadership just comes as a by the way. So I also work hard to ensure that in future I achieve my objective of becoming a math chemistry teacher. Otherwise, St. John's Alupe Secondary Mixed School is a place to be, and I love my school.
As we all know that education is the key to success, sporting activities are also very important in shaping the lives of different students. That's why St. John's Alupe Mixed Secondary School is not left behind. Right behind me is Butula Boys High School, where sporting activities are taking place today, and that is at the level of counties.
This is Bwanaimuka Frederick Emerikwa, the Games Master, St. John's Alupe. Here we are at Butula. We are having our county ball game term 2. As a school, we managed to have some teams which qualified. That is rugby, sevens, volleyball boys. We had also basketball. Then, in addition to that, we had indoor games, whereby I had 6 girls with 3 boys, and then as per now, all the teams were knocked out at the preliminary stage. However, we are having some girls under indoor who are proceeding to the regionals. That is Elizabeth and Purity, who are almost through with their last games that they are playing. And then with badminton, I also had one boy who managed to go up to the final, but he also lost the opponent. Therefore, it means that will not be moving to the regionals. Actually, it has been a hard task. The financial challenge has been one of the biggest challenges that we have been facing as a school, because you realize that with the resumption of games after Corona period, I think across the whole country, but my principal has been so much supportive, because up to this level, it is now the school that is partaking everything. In fact, up to the level of paying some charges for participation. I want to appreciate that, first of all, for Bwanayambo, who has been so much cooperative and supportive to Alupe fraternity. And then I think I will also urge Bwanayambo to continue with the same, because you realize that the school population is growing as per now, and you will realize that we are having some of the students who are not good in class. At least they can excel. Apart from class, they can excel in these co-curricula. Because some time back, I think some 3 years back, we had one of the boys who went up to East Africa I think he was he represented Kenya in East Africa at Burundi, 200 meters. And then also one of the challenges back at school, you realize that at times we're not having that most enough time because we need at least to balance. We are trying to balance co-curricular and then also with the academics, and then looking at how it has been so tight as per the academic calendar. You realize that after the corona, it has been the time that has been there has not been that enough to enable us at least also have that enough time when it comes to trading and so on. However, I think that by the end of this year, because the ministry has been so much, has been promising that come next year, January, we shall be having back our usual calendar of academics together with the co-curricular. I think that with that, everything will be fine. And then back, if the calendar will be back to normal, I have got good students that if well trained, and then some of the equipments, you realize that at times baby boots and so on, they may not be enough. This is all because of the financial challenges. However, I think that will be solved in case we re-embark to our normal academic calendar. Otherwise, apart from encouraging the community just to bring their kids or children to Alupe, we also try to encourage them, whereby we insist that Alupe is not only an academic excellence center, it is also trying to nurture talents. When it comes to my coach of netball, that's Bwana Kisuya Edward, he goes to an extent of at least trying to mobilize these pupils after standard 8 so that at least they can come, so that at least they can continue building on their talent. Therefore, I can agree that we as a school, we go extra mile to convince parents and at least try to request them to bring the learners to Alupe for these games.
Okay, my name is Stanley William Madara. I'm the games prefect of St. John's Alupe Secondary School Mixed, and we are at Butler for our county level of games, and we have brought different kind of games, and we expect to win, but some of the teams gave us some challenge, which we accept the challenge. And I'd like to thank all my teachers for giving us that morale to come to Butler to perform with other students so that we can change ideas from different categories, and which has made all our students to pursue in more activity. When it comes to games, we have several advantages which a student get from that student who is only sitting to class. First, a student will meet other students from different schools and will change the ideas. Second, as you know, exercise is good for a student so that he can open his or her brain. Otherwise, I'm glad of being a member of St. John's Alupe, and I would like to thank all the parents who would like to let their children join at St. John. It's a good place to be.
My name is Charles Kasembele Ambani. I'm the secretary of St. John's Alupe School. I work in this office as a secretary, and my roles are attending to visitors, reading of exams, filing of documents, and ensuring that the office is clean and tidy. And I have some challenges, and challenge number one is lack of power whenever working on something like typing a document, and sometimes machines break down. I recommend the solutions are the school to acquire a machine like a generator and to repair the machines whenever they break down.
Nyumba Uchieng Moses, a counselor Kambasa St. John's Alupe Secondary School. As from the year 2009 to date, being first accounts clerk Kambasa of the same. My first principal was Madam Edna Kimkum, who served this institution for 9 years. Right now, I have Mr. William Odongo Yambo as the principal. The following are some of the roles, duties, and responsibilities of a Baza come accounts clerk in this school. 1. Supervision of all non-teaching staff. 2. Preparation of financial records in the school. 3. Preparation of school yearly financial budget. 4. Preparation of monthly trial balances. 5. Deduction and submission of statutory deduction, i.e. NHIF and NSSF. 5. Collection of revenue and receipting, among others. Challenges. We have a number of challenges in this school. 1 being untimely release of government funds to support free day secondary education. 2. Poor school fees payments from parents. 3. Poor bursary and well-wishers support to the needy bright students. Possible solution to those problems. 1. The government should release the funds in time to make the school run smoothly. 2. Parents should get serious in school fees payments and, if possible, are being encouraged to make payments in kind, that is, by supply of firewood, cereals, vegetables, etc. We also encourage area MP to be giving bursaries to the needy bright students. Generally, St. John's Alupe Secondary School is a school to join. I urge parents to bring their students since we have a large compound for offering boarding services in future.
My name is Charles Semeyo. I'm the Dean of Studies, St. John's Alupe Secondary School. I'm in charge of the academic office, and my duties and responsibilities essentially involve registration of students for KCSE exams, formulation of academic programs in the school, which include timetabling, scheduling of revision programs, and ensuring that the scheduled programs are followed. In 2021, we had only one student getting C+ and above. That is the only student that joined the university. We had a mean of 2.8. In 2022, we also had only one student who got a C+. Despite taking only one student to the university, we had a positive deviation of 0.1. We moved from 2.8 to 2.9. In 2023, we have high hopes in our candidates this year. We hope to move from taking one student to the university. We have an estimation of about 7 students getting C+ and above, and we hope also to climb in terms of mean score from 2.9 in 2022 to 3.5 in 2023. Comparing students of 2023 with the students of 2022, in terms of absorption of the content or the material that we are teaching in class, the 2023 class, they are better off, they are cooperative, they are able to respond to most of questions in class, they are able to do the assignments, and that is why we have very high hopes in them that at the end of the year they are going to perform well. I want to encourage the Alupe community, the parents around, to bring their students to our school, because this is their school, this is their school of choice. We believe that with their support, when they bring our students, we shall make sure and we shall ensure that they get the best and they get the grades that will enable them to pursue their higher education.
My name is Ouma Justus. I'm the senior teacher, St. John's Alupe Secondary School. My duties majorly relates to coordination within the departments. I ensure that there is teamwork among the teachers and non-teaching staff within the school. Ensure that the academic programs in conjunction with the Director of Studies run smoothly. As a department, we have a few challenges here and there, more so when it comes to the running of the academic programs. That is a challenge within the teaching staff. But we do our best to achieve our targets. To the public, I would recommend St. John's Alupe as a school of choice because of the academic programs that we have set in place with the co-curricular activities. The learning environment is very conducive, and therefore we encourage the community and the public at large to send their children and trust in us that we can deliver the necessary academic targets. Apart from being the senior teacher, I'm also the patron clubs and societies. Personally, I'm the YCS patron. In the YCS, we have various activities where we train student leaders. We do guiding and counseling to our students and teach them Christian values. In that department, I'm assisted by Madam Mystery, who is in charge of CU. We work together so that our children can have a moral, can grow morally upright within the Christian values. Thank you.
I'm Yambo William Odongo, the current principal St. John's Alupe Secondary School in Busia County, Teso South Sub-County, Angorom location. I reported to this school on 28th of December 2018 and found a population of 346 students. As I speak today, we have a total of 685 students. On classrooms and school infrastructure, I found 9 classes, and I've added now 7 more classes with a school dining hall, which was not there. I've tiled all the classrooms that I found. We have now a borehole. I sank also a borehole. Currently, I'm coming up with the 2 modern toilets for boys, 6-door for boys with urinary rhinos, and an 8-door one for girls to cater for the rising population. We still don't have what we can call an office to operate from. And these are some of the things that are in my long-term plan to come up with. We need a modern office to house all the departments. I also made sure that the classes were marked so that we could identify which class is where. We also registered the school as a 3-streamed school, and very soon we hope assessment has been done, and we hope to register it as a 4-streamed school very, very soon. The main challenges that we have currently are the teachers. The TSC teachers are only 12 against an expected number of 28 as per the CBE. This therefore forces us to employ almost over 15 teachers on BOM. Paying them has never been a walk in the park. So we are still striving to have more teachers from the TSC, which we hope they are going to supply. As the population increases, we are forced also to increase the number of teachers. So that has been a serious challenge. Another major challenge that has always faced the performance, academic performance, has been absenteeism from the students. Most parents are uncooperative. We have the border drug and substance abuse. We have Magendo, so most students tend to go for Magendo because there at least they are going to get some money, and like when they are in school, the day ends without them having any coin. So most of them prefer that. Most of the homes are also children-led. This affects their performance seriously. We have tried to tackle the idea of absenteeism by bringing in the Ministry of Interior through the local sub-chief and the chief and the DO. They have been of help to us, and at least we have managed to bring back some of the students who are always absent. So far, so good. We plan for the future. We have approached various sponsors to get us so that we could have a school bus. We are also planning to have the school administration block put up, and also to reinforce the security of the school by having a stronger fence than what we have currently. Those are some of the things that we plan to do. And apart from that, on co-curriculum, we have been participating in almost all the activities. Drama, we managed to reach the county level this year, 2023. In science and engineering fair, as I talk today, a group of 4 items are representing the school at Luanya Girls at the regional science and engineering fair. And just with me here, you can see the school emerged as the best mixed school in Busia County under science and engineering fair. We were the best in Busia County. We are the only school in Teso South that participates in rugby. We are the only school again that participates in boys basketball. We also have introduced indoor games, that is table tennis, badminton, and lawn tennis. So all that we expect to engage the students to jog their mind, and at least we believe with all these activities the school will improve for the better. Another thing I may add is that we've had a laboratory, a new laboratory built for us, courtesy of the late Education CS, Bwana Magoha. May God rest his soul in peace. The laboratory is already in working condition and even gave us 50 stools, 2 gas cylinders filled. That's the water system and the gas system, all are there. So that is now a second laboratory to help us alleviate the problem of performance in science, practical subjects. The only problem is that we have mostly is the late remission of government money, free-day secondary education money, and the percentage that we were used to 50, 30, 20 no longer comes. They bring something like 19%. So planning becomes very difficult with such amount of money. So that is a challenge. Then payment of fee is also another issue, and this one is majorly for the lunch program for the students, because if we tell students to go back for lunch, some will not come back, some will come back drunk and all that. So we decided to have a lunch program which is run by the parents, but is facing some issues given the cost of items have also risen by over almost 100%. And I believe the sky is the limit for us. Having Kari, Kemri, Lake Basin, University, Hospital, the Catholic Church, the Anglican Church, Ketri, Alupe Primary, and Alupe Market. So all these forms a good catchment area for the school. Thank you.
My name is Sarah Melville. I am in Form 1 at St. John's Alupe Secondary School, and I love my school.
And I'm Ruth Swibia from St. John's Alupe Mixed Secondary School. I'm in Form 2 grade. I love my school.
With me here, I am Juma Peter from Form 3 Red, and I really love my school.
Kwa majina ni Oduor Samuel, niko katika kidato cha 4 na kwa uhakika ninaipenda shule yangu.